Welcome back. So in this video we're going to talk about the Heterotopia. So Foucault uses the term heterotopia. Now, he kind of borrows it from medical terminology. In medicine, a heterotopia is a kind of tissue that's not necessarily malignant, but it's not where it belongs, right? So think of like maybe a benign tumor that's in your arm. It doesn't belong there, but it's not hurting you either. That could be an example of a heterotopia, right? Heterotopias are separate from both space and place. At least that's the way Daniel Hjort has explained this, right? It's between space and place. And they're looking at heterotopias as a kind of a positive area. It's somewhere where creativity can occur. As I mentioned, this Danish company, they created this space where new ideas could be launched. It was the Heterotopia. It was apart from everyday operations, and it was apart from the official strategy. Again, Hjort frames heterotopias as something positive, but actually Foucault would disagree with that. Foucault says that there are three types of separate spaces. The heterotopia, which is actually value neutral, it's just different. It's neither better nor worse, it's just different. Then the utopia, which is the ideal place. It's a separate space, but it's like where everything is perfect. And then they also talk about dystopias or paratopias, and that's where everything is horrible, like a dungeon or a battlefield with a massacre or something like that, right? Where everything is awful. The paratopia or dystopia, depending on the site. So it's interesting that they didn't call this almost a utopia, because that would have probably been more faithful to Foucault's original definition, at least as I've read it. So again, this heterotopia is this third space. Now, we have all experienced heterotopias with our own workplace. Think about a task force, right? What is a task force? Well, you get a bunch of people together from different maybe departments in an organization, and you pull them out of their normal work and tell them to focus on a certain task, and then for some sort of a time period, maybe they do like a 3-day retreat to solve an organizational problem, and that kind of process, where they're all working together on that problem, is a heterotopia. It dissipates and they go back to whatever they're doing. These are also called holographic organizations, adhocracies, et cetera, et cetera. These are heterotopias. It's just different from the third thing. Now, again, so then we go, and the whole point of the heterotopia, according to Daniel, a big part of it is heterotopias, because they foster creativity. The establishment of a heterotopia could be considered an act of entrepreneurship. Or is the desire to create entrepreneurship and a heterotopia is just a byproduct of it? I wonder. We're going to explore that in the next video. I'll see you then.